Everyone, it's Sue. Welcome back. Today I was inspired by Kate at Pixie K Designs. I was watching one of her, I think it was one of her older videos, and she'd done just a little scrapbook. She actually took some scraps that she had just stapled together and some stamps and just stamped them. So this is a really good way, if you're not feeling overly creative and you've lost your mojo, to actually get some bits and pieces done for future projects once you do find your inspiration again. I really loved this idea. I have done, well, similar, but you know, like I've stamped different things on bits of paper and then torn them out later on down the track. But I love the fact that we're using up some of our scraps. So I've just grabbed, these are seconds from some of my coffee dyeing that didn't work out so well. So we're going to tear some of them up. We're just going to make a really scrappy little booklet. I'm using my stapler that I've rusted the staples with, and I just thought with some of them I might even put a little staple here and there. So all you have to do is either cut them out or tear them out, and you can glue them to your tags, that type of thing. So I'm just going to fiddle around with some of these scraps that I've got here and put together a scrappy book. I mean, we've all done it. I'm sure we've all done it, but I'll just speed the camera up here while I put this together, and then I'll come back and then we'll just do some stamping. So a great way to get out of that creative rut. Okay, so I've got some papers now. I've got some little strips such as this that I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and just glue just some of them together, because I don't think I'll end up grabbing them with the stapler or the staple, if you know what I mean. So these little bits I'm just going to, just so they don't all fall out, just add a little dab of glue. It's probably not necessary, but because I don't want to lose the pieces, I'm just going to glue them to the top. So just so they stay in place. So it's basically just a little scrappy booklet. Now these bigger pieces I don't think I'll worry about, because they're obviously going to be caught up. Now I grabbed this. This is just a sheet of craft stickers. I'm going to put them in. I don't know whether I'll stamp on them, but I had them in my scraps drawer for some reason, so I'm going to add them in there anyway. And probably just add a dab. It's not going to hurt, just add a dab of glue just so they all stay together. And I'm just not even really thinking about where I'm putting them. And then, you know, this is something that you could even probably do at night in front of the TV if you don't feel like doing anything major in the way of creating. You could just have this all glued together and you could do some stamping while you're sitting watching a movie or something like that. So I've got some cut-offs of some printables here as well, so I'm not even going to worry about taking the white edge off, because they can be just cut off when you use up the stamped images. And we can even make the top of this pretty, and we can do like fold some paper over, card or something over the top if you like. So I'll just go and glue all these little bits and pieces down, and then I'll be back. So I've just got this scrap of card. It's off the back of a paper pack, and I'm just going to fold this in half. Once again, this isn't necessary, but it'll just stabilize the top as well. And all I'm going to do is just tap everything down to the bottom, and I'm just going to add this to the top and then just staple it. That'll just keep the booklet all together. Didn't work very well, did it? Going through that thickness, I might need to actually just use the tiny attacher. I think I've got some staples in there. So we just have a little booklet. It's just a scrappy booklet, and we're just going to go through and stamp away, basically. You don't have to trim these. I'm just putting it in line with the papers that I've got there. And you can see why I glued these little bits, just because they haven't been caught in the staples there. But it's all together. Nothing's falling out. And then all you need to do is just go through and get your stamps and stamp away. So what I'm going to use too, though, if I can find it, just got this board, and as we go through, like, I'm just going to add this underneath just so that it stamps a little bit nicer, so we've got like a nice firm edge. So let me just stamp something and I'll show you how I might use them. So I've just grabbed a few of my stamps. I've got these darkroom door, you know, like just with these numbers and that type of thing. These are always handy. Postcard, like your post stamps, all these different numbers and names. These are Sampool stamps, as are these. So these are all really nice ones to use. Now these are all available in my shop. I'll put the link down below where you can find those stamps as well. So I'm just going to, once again, I'll just speed up the camera and I'll just do a little bit of stamping. Obviously I'm not going to stamp the whole lot, but I'm going to stamp a few, show you how I would use them. And then this is something that I can sit and do when I really have no inspiration, but I just feel like sitting in my space and doing something. And then I've got these ready when I want to create. You know, it's the same sort of thing as this little booklet that I made. Now there is a video for this. I will endeavour to remember to put the link down for this as well, where I made this, all this aged tape. And this is so handy. I've just got this sitting on my desk. I did this one day when I just felt like doing nothing else. I had no inspiration for anything else, and it's so handy just to have close by. So I'll have this and this sitting on my desk with some stamped bits and pieces, and they're ready for when I want to create. So I'll just go and stamp a few bits and pieces, and then I'll just show you how I would use them. So that gives you a little bit of an idea of what I mean. So just go through and just randomly stamp on different coloured papers. Now I'll go through and I'll add different colour inks, black and maybe blue, red, just so that I've got a selection of different words, that type of thing. And as I said, it's all in one place then. Now what you can do is, well, my thought was to go through and, you know, maybe add like a rusty staple here and there on different different pieces. So, you know, I've stapled through that, but that looks like possibly something that you'd find on an old document. So you could do that, go through and just staple, rusty staple, or you could use a rusty pin or something like that. So now you've got all these little snippets of words that you can use on tags. So I've got a little tag here that I have just collaged, and I just thought, you know, I'll show you. I mean, you can use it on your pages. This is just very basic. So you've got your piece that's stamped, it's ready. I've just torn it off. You can add a little bit of ink. If that's what you like to do. No, just like that. And then you can just glue it down to whatever you're using it on. As I said, a page, in a collage, on a tag. It's just whatever takes your imagination. So I'm just trying to think, where will I put it on here? Or do I want it on? I've got another one here. I like it on this one. It goes a bit better, I think. And I think I'm just going to put it down the bottom, just to give you an indication of how you can use them anyway. So there you've got like a ready-made embellishment that you've done when you haven't felt creative, all ready to go, and it just puts a finishing touch to something that you're creating. So that's it. I love the idea. So thanks, Kate. I saw that in one of her videos and just thought that's a genius idea. So I, as I said, will add different color inks, use more of my stamps. I just basically wanted to show you what I meant. You don't have to add rusty staples or anything like that. You can just go through and just use them as you wish, and add your bits and pieces later. So I don't know. I think that's a really great idea. All right, guys, I'll leave it there today, and I hope you got some inspiration from this. And take care until next time. I hope you get a little bit of creative time in. See you soon. Bye-bye.